Digi-Key Electronics of Thief River Falls. It distributes electronic parts and components worldwide and employs some 3,600 people. It's just released a video explaining their response to COVID-19 to try and answer questions from employees and the community.
Hi, this is Shane Zutz, Vice President of Human Resources at Digi-Key Electronics. Myself, along with Dave Doherty, our President, would like to share a message on what Digi-Key is doing to help flatten the curve of COVID-19 and the pandemic that is reaching across our globe at this current time. First of all, I would like to share my thoughts and prayers as all of our leaders within our company with all of you that are on the front lines battling this pandemic in our healthcare, our teachers who have to learn to teach differently, and all the families that are greatly impacted. Our number one concern is our employees and the well-being of their families. Dave's going to talk more in depth about why are we staying open during this time and the needs that what we provide at Digi-Key and how they're helping fight this pandemic. Digi-Key very quickly mobilized a task force or a rapid response team to address the concerns with COVID-19. So very quickly, when the governor closed schools, we allowed parents, we wanted to meet people where they are at. I think that's our biggest message. So if they had childcare needs, we allowed them flexible schedules so that they could take care of their children as needed. The second thing that we did is if people had acute health issues, we very quickly as well allowed them to either work remotely, and we relaxed some of our time off policies so that they can have their health needs met. We restricted travel almost immediately. To remember, Digi-Key has been really impacted by COVID-19 for a period of time as a global company. So our partners and teams that we work with in China and in Hong Kong, Munich, and Israel, all across the globe have been impacted by this. So we feel really solid about the plan that we have moving forward. By next week, we should have almost 2,000 of our employees working remotely. Not an easy task within our company, but we, again, as Digi-Key always does, we always pull together in times of need, and we have lots of people chipping in and helping out so that we can make sure that we can help flatten the curve and practice that social distancing, and also then protect as much as possible our warehouse to continue to stay open, again, as Dave will talk about in his message. And for the ending here, I would just like to say again, we really hope everyone takes this very serious and follows the precautions set out by all the different organizations and takes care of one another during this time. And thank you for everyone for helping out.
You know, one of the things I wanted to talk about is why does Digi-Key stay open? Not only in times like this, but we're known for our extreme weather up here. And let me just first comment on some of the things that Shane talked about. You know, our employees mean everything to us. To say that we're a family is an understatement because it's even in the literal sense of the word. You can go around in here and the amount of relationships, biological relationships we have. We are part of the community and we care deeply about all of our folks. Now, the reason we do stay open, and we have for our 48-year history, is that the businesses and the services that we provide, we view are absolutely critical. The types of customers that we're engaged with. You know, you talk about, well, there's hobbyists and there's students. Yeah, there is, but there's also a lot of things that keep our infrastructure moving. You know, let's start with medical. It should be pretty obvious that there's a heck of a lot of technology that goes in medical devices. We've seen spikes in different types of products like temperature sensors that go in those temporal scanners that companies like us and others are using to make sure that we do create safe workforces. We have an awful lot of intellectual brain power here. We've lent that to folks that can use it. We're working with a company right now at our main university down in Minneapolis who are coming up to us and saying, we're trying to get some emergency respirators out, but we need some control functions. Can you help us with motor controllers? Can you help us with some cable assemblies? And we stopped everything in our value-added area to make sure that we can get those samples and devices and prototypes. We're able to connect those with our manufacturing partners that we engage with to try to expedite the manufacturing of these devices. Even outside of medical, you think about infrastructural. It may sound easy, we'll just have more people work at home. Well, how do the networks handle that? You talk about 5G or the Internet of Things. All these things that are enabling us to do that takes technology. And so we're proud of the fact that we're an inventory-based company, which means you can come here for engineering support and for product and for services. So for the local community, you know, we thank you for your patience with us. We know there are times we hit 70 below at the wind chill last year. The schools were closed, the hospital was closed, the supermarkets were closed, and Digi-Key stayed open. We always make it voluntary. We want to make sure folks, if they don't feel safe or if they have other circumstances, kids home from school, etc., they be where they need to be. But the rest of the folks, we rally around here like no company I've ever seen to make sure that we also make our commitments to other folks. And we'll continue to do that.